Venezuela, the vote that vanished and the road back home. Imagine watching your candidate win by a landslide and waking up to find the loser still in the palace. Election night, 2 stories, 1 country. On 28th of July 2024 at 9 p.m., exit polls and quick counts give opposition diplomat Edmundo González Urrutia almost 65% of the vote, more than double Nicolás Maduro's tally. Crowds celebrate in Caracas and Valencia. At 2:40 a.m., the government-run Electoral Council announces different numbers. Maduro 51%, González 44%. Washington, Brussels, Bogotá, and several other capitals immediately reject the official result. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken calls González the true winner. A president-elect without a palace. González remains in exile. Security forces arrest his campaign manager and briefly detain opposition leader María Corina Machado. Venezuelans nickname him the Zoom president because he streams weekly addresses from safe houses in Bogotá. The human cost. Today, 52% of Venezuelan households live in poverty, 1 point higher than in 2023. 1/3 of the population faces moderate or severe food insecurity. More than 6.5 million people have fled the country, creating the second largest displacement on Earth. On 12 May 2025, the U.S. State Department renews its Level 4 Do Not Travel alert and bluntly advises Americans to prepare a will before visiting Venezuela. Crime without borders, Tren de Aragua. The mega gang known as Tren de Aragua is now listed as a foreign terrorist organization. Cells have been broken up as far north as the state of Maine. U.S. judges are using emergency powers to fast-track deportations of suspected members. Investigators warn that the group is already moving fentanyl and trafficking victims across the hemisphere. The paradox of riches. Venezuela holds about 303 billion barrels of proven oil, roughly 17% of global reserves, yet it pumps less than 1% of the world's crude. Aging rigs, economic sanctions, and a massive brain drain have strangled the state oil company PDVSA. Industry analysts say production could triple within 5 years if foreign capital and the rule of law return. Washington's dilemma. The current U.S. administration revives the slogan, America for Americans, and views Maduro's ties with Russia, Iran, and China as a direct threat inside the Western Hemisphere. Some advisors propose activating the Inter-American Treaty of Reciprocal Assistance, known as TIRE, but United Nations vetoes and a lack of regional consensus make a full invasion unlikely. Meanwhile, targeted sanctions freeze $7 billion in regime assets, and a joint task force of the DEA, the FBI, and Colombian police tightens the net around Tren de Aragua logistics. A less bloody but still difficult path. This plan is a draft currently under review by policy think tanks. It has not yet been endorsed by the opposition or by any international guarantors. Diplomatic track. Offer phased relief from oil sanctions if Maduro accepts United Nations-run elections within 12 months, with peacekeepers guarding ballot boxes. Financial track. Unlock frozen funds only for a Venezuela recovery fund, managed by the World Bank to repair the power grid, import medicines, and restart PDVSA under transparent joint venture rules. Security track. The United States, Brazil, and Colombia launch Project Condor II, a cross-border task force to dismantle Tren de Aragua safe houses and freeze their cryptocurrency wallets. Why it matters to them and to us. Every single percentage point rise in Venezuelan oil output adds about $500 million in export revenue, money that could rebuild schools and hospitals instead of buying tear gas. A stable Caracas would slow the flow of migrants through the Darien Gap and across the Rio Grande. A democratic Venezuela trading oil for U.S. technology would reduce Russian and Iranian influence from the Caribbean to West Africa. Return ticket, the dream of going home. In Bogotá, aid worker Duerleika Velasquez says she wants one Christmas in Maracaibo, with lights that stay on and water that keeps running. Economists estimate that reversing the brain drain could lift Venezuela's gross domestic product by 15% within a decade. A recent Gallup poll shows 63% of Venezuelan migrants would return if internationally certified free elections were held. Cliffhanger and call to action. The next 12 months will decide whether Venezuela's greatest export is oil or its own people. Will the world back a peaceful transition, or will frustration put tanks on the streets of Caracas? Comment below, should the United States lead a reconstruction coalition or stay clear of another foreign quagmire? Share this video if you believe Venezuela deserves a second chance and its people a ticket home. Subscribe for ground truth updates because the story of Venezuela is not over yet.